Hello, hello. And for people to get in here. Oh my God, my head hurts. Been dealing with some headache issues. Oh my gosh. I don't know why my head hurts so bad. Okay, let's see here. Hey, Sandy. Yes, I took a nap, but I didn't really sleep very good because my headache came back. I don't know what is up with these headaches the past couple days. I just laid down. Hey, Tennessee. So I want to put everybody's names in the bag who purchased and who just visited the stream and sent their email address. And then we're going to do the giveaway. This bag. Okay, we have a Bath and Body Works bag. And let's see who we have here. I'm going to get the names in. This is giveaway night. I don't know how long I'll be on here. Okay, Tammy, what'd you do with your book? I have the list, but where's my... Oh, here it is. So I had to put people's names down on paper. We had a lot of people that came and visit, but nobody gave their names to go into the drawing. Boo. Okay. So. Oh. First, we have the buyers, which we have C and D with an E. And then we have C and D with a Y. And we have Nikki with 1K. So let me get, this is how I'm going to cut them off. These cut first. Come on. Scissors. Do not fail me now. Oh, these scissors are going to be a pain. Okay. We got, yeah, I know you did. I got yours. I'm going to take these three off first. So you see. Guess I should have done two space, but oh well. Need my skinny scissors. Yeah, I'll read the names off before I put them in. Brandon. This is a pain in the ass to cut this small. Hold on. I'm going to redo these on two spaces. That's just too small for me. So we're going to do this again. C and D. 1, 2, and then C and D with a Y. And then Nikki. We'll skip a space because that's just way too small. I can't see that. I'm old. Okay, so we'll do 2 spaces. Okay, the people who were in here, we'll just add the rest. I got you marked. Deb's crafting room. I'm just going to put Deb's for her. Put Deb, I mean. And then Michelle Scott was here. Tracy Gals, which is this is Tracy from Whatnot. I know who that is. Then we have Brandon. Who is TN. And I already have Big Mama Sandy on there. We have Marla. That's from Schmidt Auction. And then we have Tina's Messy Crafty Life. Okay. I have the Bud Files was here. They didn't send anything. I don't know Derek's or Peg's or Danielle, Dale. I don't know none of their addresses, or Kyle. CDC, I don't have his address. I don't have KB's, Alicia's Corner. You don't have the rest of them. So they didn't send me their address. I can't put them in. So these will be the people competing for the prizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 people. Now let me try to cut these off. These should go better. I got the top one off first. Okay, we do 2 lines. This just makes it easier for me because I can't cut straight. We know this. I'm a lousy cutter. So I will show you the prizes as I do the drawings. And then at the end, I'm also going to have a buyers only. Okay. So I'll put this aside. I used to do these in videos too. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm honest, period. Yes, there's my Mafia. He's my Aquarius brother. So here is Tina's Messy Crafty Life. This is her name going in. And then we have Tracy. That's Tracy and Penguin Boss from Whatnot. She was here. These are all the people that came but didn't purchase, and the people that purchased are in here too. This is Sandy with the Y, which was Big Mama. Then we have Nikki. And we have Brandon. And all this will be mailed to you free of charge, of course, because it will be from me to you. Then we have Michelle. We have Marla. I loved it. My Whatnot people come over here too to visit, to say hello. Then we have Sandy with an E, our Sassy Sandy. Yes, you get to go in the drawing too, Tina, because you stopped by to say hello. And then we have Deb. Deb's Crafting Life. She actually has won quite a few giveaways on my channel. Deb has. And I'm going to shake it up. Yes, Mafia and I have the birthday in the same month. Gotta do my hugs. We got the Mafia in here, so you better be on your best behavior. That's too funny. Okay. Mafia. He's got a good gaming channel. Okay, so put the scissors over here. So I'm going to pick randomly from this bag that I have over here. You never know what you're going to win. And I'm going to put the names back in too, if you guys don't mind. Okay, so first we have socks. If you win these, Brandon, well, you just have to find a female to give them to. But I thought these were cute. These are kitty cat socks, and I had black kitty cats. And I loved them to pieces because my Hope and Heather were my world. And this was my babies. I'll show you pictures of them. I made a memory book. They were 21 and 22 years old. They got to be with me. And they were sisters from the same litter. And I just loved them to pieces. I did a memory book after they both had passed away. Oh, I miss my babies. They used to come out every Halloween. I didn't know that people tortured black animals, you know, the black cats. They don't give them out or let them be adopted from shelters. I never knew that. Some people freaking sacrifice and are wicked on Halloween to black cats. That's terrible. I didn't find that out until I think I read it in the paper or something. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. You never know what you're going to get. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Tiff. Okay, so let's see who won the black. I'm not looking in the bag. Who won the black kitty cat socks? Up. You had two names here. Deb! She's going to be so happy. That's hysterical. So I'm going to put Deb on these. She's going to be like, yay, I won and I wasn't even there. So this goes to Deb's crafting room. That's too funny. I just said she wins every time she comes to my stream, and I'll be darned if she didn't win again. Okay. So let's put these names back in here again. Shake it up. The next present will be, this is a canvas board. You can paint whatever you want on it. It's brand new. I had got this in an auction online. It was a sale. I mean, I think this was off Michelle's Crafting Source. I'll take my name off of it. And you can paint whatever you want. It's brand new. It's still with the tag. Make a pretty picture and hang it on your wall. So let's see who got this. Like I said, they're random. Very random. Jake. Reach in here. Make sure I got one. Michelle Scott. That's so funny because I bought it off of the other Michelle's channel that she mods for. So this goes to Michelle. That's too funny. Okay. Put her name back in. So altogether, there should be 1 an hour, which should be 6 gifts. The next gift is this organic cotton towel. Still in the package, limited edition, natureless. They're really nice, by the Grove Company. Yeah, let's see who's going to win the dish towel. Put you to work. We'll open. My bag is giving me issues. See who won. Marla! We get a gift going to Schmidt Auctions. Yay! So that's who won this. That's too funny. I'm not taking names out. I'm surprised that it's random. Pretty cool. Put Marla back in. Shake it up some more. Okay, the next gift we have. This is my favorite. I like them all. This is my favorite. It is a gnome cup. It's a Christmas holiday gnome. This is brand new. Love it. I bought a whole bunch for Christmas for my grandkids. So I had an extra one left over as a giveaway. And here we go. Who's going to win the gnome cup? Let's see. Tracy from Penguin Boss. Yay! Tracy won the gnome cup. That's too funny. That's cute though. That is so cute. Okay, so Tracy won that. Go wrap it up. Plastic stuff. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Okay, this is a Barlow. This is a collection piece. It's got an angel on it. It says Christmas of 1996. The F.L. Putnam Companies. It's a collector. You can hang on your tree. I just thought this was really pretty. This is what the back looks like. See my camera pointing down at you people? And the arm. That's what I use. And right in between, in the last live, you can stick a piece of paper and roll it up to hold it in better. And that's what this is. It gives you a thing about Stephen Barlow being an American artist and craftsman. So you're going to get a little angel. And what comes with this is a lobster claw cross keychain ring. Get some bling in there. So that's going to be that prize. Let me shake it up. See who's going to win it. Brandon! Tennessee! Look at you! You said the year you graduated and you won it. That is so cool. That is so funny. Yep, you got them. Look at you go. Oops, the year you graduated and a nice cross. Okay. We have one more. Who's it going to be? Okay, so the last gift is It's kind of a variety lot because I really don't know who all is going to have these letters. But these are, I'm not sure if these are bagged. I don't have to check. You would get an iron-on rhinestone peace sign. You will get a keychain of the Eiffel Tower. And then there's these. I got to figure out what these are. I never opened them to find out. I think I won these in a mystery bag. It's almost like they're those miniature flags you fly. I don't know what you use these for, but they got letters on them. So if you know anybody with the letter R, and then there's an owl and a letter C, I'm putting these all in here together. So, resell them, do whatever you want with them. Once you want them, you can do what you want. So that's a little bit of that whole pile. And that is the last giveaway for everybody, with including the buyers and non-buyers. So let's see who's going to win it. Nikki! Nikki! Yay! She's not in here, but she was one of the buyers. So this will all go to Nikki. Okay. So Nikki's going to get all these. I'm so excited. I love doing giveaways. Okay. Now, all the names will come out except for the buyers. So we have Nikki goes back in. That was nice, though. That was a nice variety. Sassy Sandy goes back in. Where the heck is the other Sandy? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. She didn't come out of the bag. Okay. So this is the other Sandy with the Y. She was in there too. Since there's only 3, right? Sandy, Nikki, Sandy. Let's put these back in here. We'll do this in something smaller with 3 names. What do I have near me? Here, let's try this. Oh! We're going to stick you guys in a cigar box. This is funny. Something a little flatter. And I'm going to roll you up one more time, a little smaller, just to do something different. Okay. Now the 2 prizes that I have picked out for the people who shopped, one of you will still, even nobody's going to lose, because one of you who bought, I'm still going to stick something extra, even if you don't get drawn in your box. But I'm going to, or your bag or whatever I said. But for now, I'm going to draw for these 2 prizes. Lift, stir, and the first prize is going to go to Nikki. So she got drawn again. And my ear's itching. So, what did I do with her prize? I know that she did not bid on this, but I'm going to do it anyways. The first prize is going to be one of my journals. And this is a Christmas one. I do have to put the corners on it though. But this is going to be one of the prizes, one of my homemade journals that I made. She got my Paris one, and now she's going to have my Christmas one. Whether she wanted it or not, Nikki, she's getting it. So this is going to Nikki because I believe in my journals and I enjoy making them, selling them or not. So that is going to be the first drawing. Okay, there's two names in here. Sandy and Sandy. Let's see which is going to get the second one. We have the Sandy with the Y. So she is going to get... Give me a second. I got my stuff scattered over here. You know what? I think I'm going to surprise her with something because she asked for something specific during my sale, and I have some upstairs. She was looking for some old letters and maybe some postcards and stuff. So I think I'm going to go through my stash and share some of that with her because I know that's what she wanted. So that's what I'm going to do for her. So I'll go through my stuff because I got plenty of that. So that means who's last? Who's last? You might know. Sassy Sandy. And Sassy Sandy, what is she going to get? Let me see if I have any coal laying over here. I'm just joking. I gotta pick on Sassy Sandy. Let's see here. No, I know what she's getting. She is like me and Tina. She likes her mixed media stuff. So guess what you're getting, Sandy? I ordered an extra one. So this one's going to Sandy. This is what you call a mystery bag that you get from Ranger. And we got the same thing. So she's going to get a brand new bag. She's going to get the Delusions creative stuff to go in it. She's going to get the cover. The Stickets. Here are the 2 insert books. See, this is why you got to order extra. And then this is the bands, the glue, and the, what they call them, altered paper clips. What you think, Sandy? So this is what you're getting as your free gift for shopping with me. I always got to buy extra. I had teased Sandy, Tina. I said, get your butt in there and buy one of those, but she didn't do it. So I got one. You're quite welcome. So this is what you get sometimes if you sign up for rangerink.com. They have every once in a while, they'll have like a mystery bag and you got to hurry up and go in and get them. And because they only have so many, and they had these this time and they were so much fun. And Tina, she ordered like 4 and I got 2 of them to have an extra. So we all like playing in mixed media. So there you go, Sandy. And then I have one more drawing I'm going to do because it's a surprise. And because I can. We're going to take what I do with the rest of the names. Just for fun. Because I appreciate people. Okay, so just for fun, we're going to include the non-buyers and the buyers again. And I'm going to do one more surprise drawing. Because you guys made my night and it was a lot of fun. And I'm going to have 3 questions to go with this particular drawing. So let's see who it's going to be. Tracy! Oh my God, that's so funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a custom journal for this person. So I'm going to have to get with Tracy. I'm going to leave her a message. Hold on. She's going to pick her style, her theme, and her favorite colors. Style, theme, and favorite colors. Color or colors. And I'm going to base a custom journal for that for her. Penguin Boss Tracy. There was only one Tracy in this. Let me see. She's on my Instagram. Hold on. I'm going to leave a message right now. She's going to be so shocked. Hey, Lillian. I wanted to let you and Tracy know that she visited my stream and I have her address on the night of my sale. She not only won one of the giveaways, she also won a custom themed journal from me. So what I need from you guys is the style, which means, do you want the pages ripped out of the book or do you want signatures? That will be the style. The theme, whatever she wants it to be. It could be in anything. Cars, monkeys, I don't care. Whatever the theme she likes. And then I need her favorite color or favorite colors. So let me know. Tell her congrats. No. She spells her name with an EY. It's Tracey, Sandy. You're welcome, Tennessee. Thanks, Brandon, for coming in. And I will get everything mailed out as soon as I can. Her journal's going to take me a little bit, but everybody else should get their stuff fast. I just got to get everything ready and shipped. Thanks for stopping in during the sale and for sending me your address. So I was able to draw your name. So we'll see what she has to say. That was fun. Oh, I like doing stuff like this. So yeah. I need to get more journals made ahead of time so I actually can do some giveaways with them because I don't mind doing journals as giveaways. I just never have enough in stock. So anyways, last week, this is how this turned out. I thought this turned out pretty cool. Playing with different stuff. Well, thank you, Sandy. Yes. Surprise me, Tennessee. Just surprise me. I like surprises. I have no idea what I'm doing tonight. I'm winging it. Let's see what I have done so far. Tina, are you going to wing it? If anybody wants to come up on the panel with me, you're more than welcome. You could come and craft with me. Oh, here's a messy page. That's the one with the words on it. I thought that was really cool how that turned out. I actually like that just like itself, even though it would be a cute background. Oh, you did. Are you going to come craft with me yet, Tina? You can come up here if you want to. I don't bite. I promise I won't bite. So this one's done. I think everybody thinks I'm going to bite them. Here, I'll put the link in. If anybody wants to jump in there, more than welcome. Okay. I need to just color more pages. My granddaughters want to learn how to do mixed media, Tina. So I was like, ooh. You know, one crafter I love to watch her channel is Janet Nash. Oh my gosh, she is the cutest ever. Let me get her channel in here. I try to promote somebody when I can, and I just think she's a doll. She reminds me of just, I don't know how to explain it, like a whimsical Julia Childs. Nice, Tina. Look at you go. We remodeled our bathroom in our last house, and we put a gray unit and stuff in, and it was really nice. That looks pretty. It looks really nice. I like it. Aw. Hey, LT. Yeah, I remember the pounding days. Okay, so what are we going to play with? You know what I did? I took all of those ink pads you gave me and I put them upstairs, Tina. So let's see here. Guess I could do... I'm going to try one of these. I like investigating when it comes to this kind of stuff. I want to try this. I've been wanting to use one of these on a stencil, so we'll see how this turns out. Just to play. Yeah, I'll find, I gotta go digging through my stash to find some things to send Sandy. Because I know she's wanting some good stuff for her journals. So we shall see. What I can dig up. I'm sure I could dig up something. Lord knows I got enough postcards. I got these little markers off of Amazon. These little paint thingies, and they're not bad. They're kind of cute. I've used them for outlining stuff, but I haven't really used them in a stencil, so this is going to be interesting. Forgetting that landed on my arm. It's like, go away, dude. Tina, you got a lot of cute stencils in your stash. Let's see what this looks like. That's cool looking. Just in the corner. Look how pretty that looks. I like that. It's like one of those like little windmills. Did you put it in your yard? That's what this reminds me of. Don't move. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you too. I ordered one of those magic mats today. I'd seen commercials on it. I've been waiting for them to come out on sale. And they're not on sale, but you can get two together on scrapbook.com. And they're supposed to replace one of the plastic thingies that goes in your Big Shot. And it's supposed to not be as harsh on them as it is because, you know, after a while, your plastic plates get kind of warped. So I bought two of them to test them out. So I can't wait till they come in and I get to mess with them. Because I love my Big Shot. So I'm curious to see how long they last. I don't know if you guys see them or not. Did you see one? Did you see those? Sandy and my crafty friends, the ones who's crafters in here. Did you see the mats that came out? I need help getting my other channel to 100 subscribers. I get to 100 subscribers, and Sassy Sandy is supposed to join me on my panel. Blackmail, Sandy, blackmail. I was at 90 and they dropped again. I hate that YouTube does that. Cool. Look how cute that is. I love that. It just gives that perfect decor. That is so cute. Yeah, they're called magic mats. Let me see if I can pull one up to show you what they look like. I saw them in an advertisement and I was like, ooh. Let me get it up for you, Sandy. This is what they look like, Sandy. They're called magic mats, and it says scrapbook.com. You get 2. Standard for cutting machines. And they are on sale from $40 to $18.99. That's a big drop. So I got 2 for $18.99 today. But they look like mats with your squares. See how it looks? If I get up closer. That's what they look like. And you put them under instead of your plate. So I'm pretty excited about trying these out. And then I was watching another video today, Kelly's crafting channel, and she bought them too. So she's going to try them out too. So it's going to be fun. I like trying out some new stuff. Beads and jewelry making stuff. LT, you should do a D-stash. When I had my sale, you should have come up and sold them on my channel. That way you could have showed them. If you have a cam, that is. Yes, me too, Sandy. Did you see your winnings? You got some stuff coming. It'll be a mystery. I'll leave it be a surprise. You get a mystery win. I'm going to add something else to your win too for my buyers. So you just have to wait and see. But yeah, I saw them a while ago. I don't know if it was on a Facebook pop-up. It was a commercial for those mats. And I had been wanting to try them, but I was waiting for them to come out for sale. And then today I saw on Kelly's video, I said, oh my gosh, they're out. And she's got them. So I went and bought them. So I'm excited. Yes. It'll be a surprise. I did the drawings for the people who came in and for the winners, and just put all your names in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I just hope everybody likes what they get, because I'm throwing some surprises in too. So I like doing giveaways. I haven't done a giveaway in a really long time. I had a giveaway that was inspired by an influencer on here that I used to do every single year, and I quit because it seemed like nobody was interested. But I would do a back to school one, and I had a lot of moms win, like, off of Instagram and stuff. But and it could be out of the country, it didn't matter. But I think in some of the countries, people got discouraged because they had to pay extra fees for stuff coming into their countries, which is really sad. But my back to school giveaway was more towards middle school kids or grade school kids, because I would have, like markers and crayons and a backpack and all that kind of stuff. But they were a lot of fun to do. But I didn't get to do one last year, and I really missed it because I enjoyed shopping with my kids when we would go shopping for stuff. I get to go yard sailing this weekend, so I'm excited. Me and my oldest daughter's going to go out for a little bit. I like to look around because there's a couple places around here that has pretty good stuff, so we shall see. I just hope that everybody's stuff makes it to them. Did you get your mail yet, Sandy? Did it get to your place? Sassy Sandy got hers. And I'm not sure if Dickie got hers yet. I just want to make sure everything comes and nothing's broken. Always worry about that kind of stuff. Look. Oh, that's so pretty. I really like this. I really, really like it. It's so cutesy. It's so cutesy. I'm going to do one down here too. One in every single corner. I love these. Tina made me do it. Everything that I buy that somebody influences, I tell my husband they made me do it so he can't yell at me when I make a purchase. So I had to say Tina made me do it because I never knew that they had acrylic painters. These I got off of Amazon. There was a mixture of, I think, 2 of these and 3 black. And I always say Tina made me do it. It's her fault. But Tina got back at me because I hurried up and told her about the Ranger mystery box so she could tell Scott Tammy made me do it. I freaking love it. But actually, it was Tina that made me do that too. She told me, hurry up and sign up for Rangers newsletter. And in the middle of the night or early morning hours, they would come out with mystery bags or boxes. Sometimes you couldn't get them. They were sold out so fast. So I told Tina, if you see it, let me know. If I see it, I'll let you know. So it was her fault. She's the one that introduced me to it. So now I'm always watching for that email. As soon as Ranger comes up, I'm hurrying up. Where? See if there's any mystery boxes, because I really love their mystery boxes. You never know what you're going to get. I still have my last bag. Tina, I don't know how to use some of the items in it, so you're going to have to teach me. That's why I haven't used it yet. I kind of like waited. Now there's some embossing stuff in it, which I do know how to use some of the embossing. But I think it's got crackled stuff in it. I don't know. It's stuff I've never used before, so I'll be like, Tina, give me a class. Let me see if the bag's right beside me here in a second, because I think it is. If it is, I'll show you what I got in the last bag. Stay still. I'm not done with you yet. I know they have tape out that holds the stuff down, but I try to do it myself. I like stenciling with these acrylics painting. Do they have these in multiple colors too, Tina, or just black and white? See how pretty that is? Whew, that really like lightens up that page. If they had these, like they have markers, that would be really cool, like in all your primary colors. But this is what they're called. They're called Fly Sea Acrylic Paint. Marks on anything water-based. And you get 3 white and 3 black. Of these in a box. And they're acrylic paints, but I like to have a set of these in color too. Here, Tina, let me see if I can find that bag. Maybe I don't have it next to me. I thought I did. Yeah, I do. I was going to say I didn't think I moved it. So this is what I got off of their first mystery bags. Let me put this aside. The first set of mystery bags I got, it's a bedazzle, whatever, bead bedazzle. I don't know. So there's these. And then I got the Distress Powder, Weather Worn. I have no clue how to play with it. Well, no, this is embossing powder. Brushed corduroy. So you get this in powder. I do know how to use embossing. They can use embossing powders for a bunch of different things. I got enamel accents. In this color, which, you know, I like blue. So that was good. This is what I don't know how to use. Frosted Memory Glass. I've never played with this. Tina! This is what you get though. This gives you some ideas. This is the mystery bags. They say boxes, but they're bags. And then I got Enchanted Gold, which is really shimmery. This is what came in the first mystery bag. Oh my God, I love Stickles. This is Dry Fine Glitter and Cinnamon from Stickles. Stickles are awesome. I love them in the liquid. And then we have more of the Bedazzle. It's like a real shiny color. Don't know what you do with those. Like embossing powders maybe too. I don't know. And then here is a Duronic clay embossing powder. Kind of reminds you of paprika. So there's that color. And then this is Sepia Accents. Is this kind of like Nuvo Drops? I don't know. I haven't played with a lot of Ranger stuff, so I got those. And then, I don't know, this needs blended better. This isn't my color anyway because it's pink. I am so not a pink girl. This reminds me of Pepto-Bismol. But anyways, yeah. So this is some kind of enamel accents. So that's what I got in my very first mystery bag from Ranger. But you sign up, like I said, at rangerinc.com, and it's only like, how much is it, Tina? Like, I don't know, $5 for shipping. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, this total bag, and you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? It's a throwback mystery box. The subtotal was $10.49. You paid $5 for shipping, so you paid $15.49. So $15.49 was this. And then you ask yourself, is it worth it? Well, I think it's worth it if you look them all up individually, but that's my opinion. So there was that bag. This one here that I had just gotten as a mystery bag, because I got the same thing on this one. What was this one, Tina? I can't remember what the cost of it was. You got a whole pad of papers. You got the bag. You got this cover. This is a dialogue. You got these stickets to go in it. You got these colors in case you want to buy more of these. You can add these in. There's 2 that comes with it, but you can add, because inside this book, you already have a place to hold 2. So you can order more and add these as extra. So you already have the holder. You get those 2. Yeah, it was 18. That's right. Was it 18 with shipping? Or 18 was that shipping included? I can't remember. But I think it's worth that. You get 3 glue sticks. You get these altered paper clips. You get this whole set. And then, of course, this is your bag. But if you sign up, you just catch them. Whenever they say mystery, you just take that chance. What you get's what you get. Like Tina said, sometimes if you get more than one mystery bag, you get different things, but then sometimes you get all the same. Like this here, I think they had so many of these and it was the same exact thing in each bag. But it lets you try out new stuff, new artists. So I think that's cool. Because this is the first I ever had of this one. Tina made me do it. And then you get this cute zipper bag. So I thought it was cute. But hey, when we can get deals, we share. I like telling people when stuff like that comes out. So let me get back to my picture. Let's see. What are we going to add to this tonight? We get some stencil in it. Did you watch the Netflix movie, The Other Bull and Sister? Man, that movie was vicious. It was a good movie, but way women were treated back then. I would have had to carry a hacksaw. I watched that and I was, wow. Wow. I wouldn't make it. If I was in a place where I was ordered to bow down, that would not work for me. But yeah, that was craziness. What can we add to this? Let's see. Last week, I think we did. What did we do? I want to do something different. I missed your prompts, Tina. I need prompts. I like when she gives prompts so I can do different things. I feel like I just keep repeating myself and I want to do some new stuff. Oh, come on. I hate when my pages stick. Come on. Don't be ripping up my art stuff. I like my books non-sticky. Okay. So last week we did this kind of paper. We used some of that. So let's see what we can do this week. Yeah, I need some new prompts. Okay. Me and this arm over here. We have a difficult relationship. The arm that holds my camera. For some reason, it likes to rip my stuff. I had a sweater on one night and I was down here. And it caught the elbow of my sweater and it ripped it. I showed Sandy. I said, look what it did. It ruined my arm. Let's see. I don't have any of my punches down here, darn it. All my punches are upstairs. Well, let's see. Maybe not. Ooh, okay. Tina. My prompt is to use something of Tina's. So, let me find something on here. She made this. This came from Tina's stash. So this is what we're going to do with it. Nobody ever shows me what they do with my stuff, and I wish they would. Because I want to be a nib nose. Even though... Oh, watch this not work. She made this as a tag. So that's all it did. Really. Why are some of these punches like fake? I wanted a flower out of it, darn it. I want it punched. Look what it did. Let's see here. Yep, that's all it does. It punches the holes in your tag, Tina. That's not what I wanted it to do. I wanted to make flowers out of it. Darn it anyways. Okay, this is like an April Fool's punch. It's like, what the heck? Okay. We could do that, I guess, all the way around it. I don't know. But see, you see that and you think, yeah, right, that it's going to make that punch, but it didn't. All it did was punch the leaves. Annoying. So annoying. Come out. And then the petals got stuck. I was going to turn them into flowers and then put them on here, but it didn't work out. Let me try this over here. And here. Man, this sucker's hard. It's harsh, but look how pretty that is. Ooh, we got color. Hey, lady! There's Cheap to Trick. Cheap to Chick. She don't live far from me. And we have not met yet. Look how cute. Yeah, I'm telling you, Sandy, they're horrible. They fake you out. I'll tell you another ones that I'm really kind of disappointed in, Sandy. I'll bring some out and show them to you. Is the Martha Stewart ones. You would think as much as that woman charges for her stuff, that her stuff would be better. You know, her stuff is not cheap. But I got fortunate because I went on eBay. It's probably why eBay sellers end up with them when they find them. But I was very fortunate to get a whole box of Martha Stewart clips. I hate throwing these away because these are kind of cute looking, but oh well. I have a hard time messing with little things because I have big fingers. I guess I could have glued them. But anyways, you would think with Martha Stewart that, you know, her stuff would cut really well. And I have had a heck of a time cutting with her stuff. But this is one of the punches. I'll show you what I got in an eBay box. I only paid $35 for all of these. Not this one. That came separate. But look, I got this. I got this one. These came in a big box. Well, this one here, of course, I've had. My little Lucky Charm over there. That sucker's real expensive right now. People want like 70 some dollars to 90 to 100. That's ridiculous. This is the retired whale tail. It gets so popular. This. Okay. The white ones are more hers. I have some that like outline. But I was not impressed with they don't cut very well. Some of these don't. Until I love butterflies. Oh, wait a minute. There's this one. I'm getting them out. These tape here that do borders, they're a pain in the butt to cut with. They kept ripping my pages. This one. Oops. This one, I think is the same as that one. Then there's this one here with circles. But like I said, I mean, I got a good deal on them. I can't complain, but they don't cut very well. And then there's this one and this one. And they're all like borders. I do too. I don't like them. So here's like a piece of paper. I just, you know, I've seen some in journals that are very cutesy. I always turn mine backwards, but look, it rips the paper. It's like, what the heck? Apparently, we're supposed to use these on cardstock. But I've seen people do like, you know, in their journals, they'll have like these really cute bordered pages. But look how this does. It literally rips your paper. It rips the circles. And it's like, what the hell? I mean, no offense, but that's not what I want my border to look like. Let me see. I don't think I have a piece of cardstock down here. Maybe I do. Yeah, I do. But I don't want to use that piece because I want to use this for something else. Do I have white cardstock here? Let me try this. Let's see what it does on cardstock. So I mean, all this stuff is trial and error. Like, you really got to test yourself. So let me see what this does on cardstock. But yeah, it keeps ripping my paper, and it's like, what? Okay, so here's cardstock. Ha! Ha! They should have cardstock borders written on these because they're better on cardstock. How interesting. It's always something. And then here is this one. Let go. Come on. See, it won't let it go. So it ripped it. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like these are a pain. I'm sorry, didn't need to slam it. I'm covered little white pieces. But yeah, I don't have luck with these either. But I figured, hey, I'll give them a try. You know, like everything else. But I'm not a big fan of the borders either. Not at all. I store them down here in my basket. But let's see here. See how this one does. Oh, that does cute. Okay, so this works pretty good. Let's see how it does. Got to use a piece of Tina's art. What do I do with that? I just had it in my hands. I'm losing stuff already. There they are. I was like, where the heck did Tina's stuff go? I just had it. I'll try some of these punch out on this because I want to add. But there's a heart. Heart's cute. And then I'll put this back too. Shoot, I was supposed to send somebody whale tails, and I forget who it was. Somebody asked me for some. I can't remember. And then we'll put the borders back. But yeah, some work, some don't. Just want to see what that was. I'm not a fan of this one. All that does is punch holes. Okay. Let's see what this does. So we're going to take another one of Tina's out of here. Let's see what we get. She makes these cute tags. I love her art. Look at these. I mean, look how cute Tina's stuff is. That's why I call her the mixed media queen. She does all kinds of cool stuff. She's got a lot of dimension. She plays with jelly plates too. And then here's the backs. Even her backs are cool. Well, look how cute that is. You can add on to them using them as that, but I want to add something to this page of hers. So we'll pick this one. I still could use this one too, though. Maybe use that right there. Okay, let's see here. Get my fancy glue out. We're going to glue this to that page. So, Tina, your mixed media is going to be mixed with mine. Na, 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 na. Tina's cute. I like when she goes in her zone when she's crafting. So, we'll put this right here. Where you at, Tina? Get back here. Hey, Mark! You snuck in on me. Yes. Me too. Aw, you have a good one, Sandy. You have sweet dreams. And give Big Daddy a hug too. She's taking a bath. Well, Tina, you're supposed to put me in the bathtub with you. I think one night I was talking to her a while ago. She goes, I'm in the tub. I'm in the tub gabbing to you. This one looks like another one of those phony punches. I don't know, girls. Let me see. I'm going to try this on paper first. This looks like that other one I was just using. It's not going to cut out the butterfly. Nope. It's just cutting out the impression into the paper. You get a holy butterfly. Here. This punch don't work very good either. What the heck? Maybe I got robbed of the money I spent on these. I mean, it is kind of cutesy, but the pieces of paper are stuck inside of it. I don't know. Yeah. Not one of my favorites. I'll play with these later, though. Sometimes I wonder if these things need oiled up. Okay, let's see what this one does. Give me something good. I do have some cute little punches upstairs, but I never really played with these. Ooh, this one's kind of cute. Ooh. That one gives you a kind of like a debossed and embossed little heart. Huh. That's cute. So let's do this. Stick one of Tina's in here and see what happens. Come out. Oh, you kept it. I'm supposed to keep it. I didn't have it up high enough. It gave me a top of a heart. Hold on, I gotta put it in all the way. That's why I don't like when you can't see the whole thing. This one doesn't show you through the bottom like the rest of them do. So this is different. Okay, where to go? Oh, it didn't go all the way through. Well. I mean, come on. Be nice. Oh, it's stuck. And it double cut it because I put it back in. Here, let me take that off. But it looks like a wonky. This is what's fun about trial and error, though. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. Let's try it again. Come on, cooperate. I'm live. Be nice. Here. You better work this time or I'm going to be upset. Yay, we got one. And that's really cute. Little mixed media heart. Yeah, that one turned out because I had it in the right way. But you know, we go live. Everything that possibly could go wrong goes wrong. So now I have a little Tina heart. So we're going to take this and let's put this, we'll put it right here. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Okay, we're going to try the rest of them. These are cute to use as stencils. That's what I did with this. These are stencils for some dies I have. So I use these. I'm gonna see what this looks like. I gotta do it. I gotta try this. I have a stencil of a girl, a die of a girl holding an umbrella. I want to see if I can draw her with my acrylic pen and how this is going to turn out on as a stencil. But I like saving all of my cutouts for this reason, to reuse them as stencils. I think that's a cute idea. So we're going to take this. I'm just going to color this. Come on, white, come out, because I know you're better than that. Let's see here. Go down here. And this is her poofed up hat or whatever's on her head. Come on, my acrylic paint. Give me some juice over here. We could be in the same store and would never know it. That's too funny. We're going to go out yard sailing Saturday. Do you ever go to the Highland Hills yard sales? Cheap to chic. It's across the river, across the Steubenville Bridge. They usually have some good stuff, so we always go out. Me and my daughter go out every year looking for stuff. She's in my neck of the woods. How are you doing tonight, Mark? Oh, you're lucky. We had a lady up here on the hill one time that had a craft sale, but we were having our yard sale at the same time because it was a community one. I was like, what? Yes. In the Highlands. They had a church up there one year that had a really nice, they were doing a fundraiser for something and it was a donation. I got a great big box full of stuff. I found Ideals magazines, which I absolutely love. And they had paper pads that are no longer available. And it was by donation. I just tried to guess and give them a good amount. But, oh, it was nice. This year, the church fundraiser, they had a brand new computer chair. And there was a blanket. And I told her, I said, would you take 25? Because my daughter told me she got a nice computer chair one time used for $5. I'm like, you know how much those cost new? Best $25 I ever spent. I love that computer chair. I need to swap it out with my squeaky one. But heck yeah. You look up brand new computer chairs, they're expensive. They had a couple places going out of business where they were selling really nice used computer chairs for like $10 a piece. And I thought, oh, but they were in Pittsburgh and I don't want to travel that far. But you can get some good deals if you look for them. Just got to know when to find them. I like to find another chair like the one I got from my hubby's desk in his bedroom. Because he does his bills at his desk in his bedroom. And he has just a little fold-out chair. And he's long-legged. He needs a better chair. Come on. Sometimes these acrylic don't want to spit out the paint. But yeah, that's where we'll be Saturday. I know. I just wish I could get to the city more. My husband works up that way, and he's taken me up. Oh, you didn't see my Broyhills. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about a deal? There was a section of ritzy places, like Richie Homes, up in Pittsburgh. And you know what Broyhill furniture costs. It's expensive. This ad came out. At first, I thought it was a joke. It was a 3-piece set of bookshelves, but there was a what they call them, not a roll-up desk, but the, oh my gosh, secretary built into one of them. So it's got like, they all light up. There's 3 shelves, the secretary, and then 3 shelves underneath. And there was one entire bookshelf clear to the bottom. And then the third one had 2 big shelves and then 2 doors. They were just trying to get rid of it. I'm serious. Free. It said free for pickup. Cheap to chic. I'm not kidding you. I about died. I didn't know they were Broyhills. When I look for stuff, I have an eye like my dad. I look for a design in wood. Like, I don't like just a plain bookshelf. I like where they have like the little twirlies and stuff like that, just a kind of like a look in the wood. So I saw these and I was telling my husband and my dad about it. And I'm like, but I don't have a vehicle to go get them. I said, but I really want these because, I mean, free to pick up. I mean, hello. We ended up giving them $100 though, because we're talking like $1,400 furniture, people. And I gave him $100 to get it for free. And I'm telling you, they're beautiful. There is not a scratch on them. And I have them upstairs already loaded with stuff. And the woman we picked it up said, I guess somebody passed away. They had an estate sale and they need to show the house. So they were just getting rid of the bulky furniture because nobody got it. I have them in my house now. And I'm telling you, when they come in here, I set them in the garage because I always like to wipe everything off. I clean everything off. I like using Murphy's oil soap on a rag and stuff to clean everything. So I wiped them down. As I was wiping them down, I found the paper inside the drawer. I said, oh my word. Mike's like, what? I said, these are Brailles. He says, what? And I said, I thought it was a gimmick that they were even free, but now they're Broyhills. And I looked them up. It was like $1,400 or $1,500 to buy them brand new. I kid you not. I don't know. Let me see if I can find them in the Facebook Marketplace because I save all my messages because I'm lazy to erase. So I can show you what they look like. Oh my God. I died when I saw these. She says, well, you need to get in touch with me and tell me what you think of them. How you utilize them. Now, I separated them. I didn't have a room big enough for all of them to sit side by side in because it was a load. So my husband, my dad, and my grandson went up and they loaded them up. They might not be on here anymore though, darn it. Because sometimes when they take the ads down, they only stay for so long and then they go away. Oh, and I got these too. This is something I recently picked up. Now, this seller, I can say he was an asshole. I don't care. He was an idiot. I told Sandy was in here. I said, this guy's a real a-hole. And she's like, Tammy. And I'm like, well, he is. The way he talked to me was ridiculous. He was selling these. And as soon as my daughter met him in person, she looks over at me and whispers at me. And she says, Mom, he's an asshole. I said, see, Sandy, I told you. Because what he did is he told me to come and do a pickup. You have to watch these people on these sites. He says, come up and pick these up. And then he wouldn't tell me exactly his location and he wouldn't give me a time. So by the time he answered me to give me the time frame, the place to come and get it and the time, we were rushing to get up there because it was on the way. And then we got there. He's like, oh, 5 more minutes. I was about to leave. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, dude. We've never been up here before. So you got to give people time to get somewhere when they've never been to a certain location. I mean, what the heck's the rush? It's not like he's working. But oh my God, some of these people in the marketplace, I like to smack them. But anyways, they had these. I can't see the picture. The picture's not up here, but he had business, the filing cabinets. But they're not the ones you see like in Walmart. They're the business ones that are super duper long in the back. And one of them had drawers that were the size of postcards, like they were different sizes. And he was only selling them for 25 bucks a piece. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I've seen people sell the cheap ones for 50 and 75. I couldn't believe he was selling these for 25. And they're the super long ones, but they had two that are postcard size and then regular sizes, and I wanted that size because I want a place to store my postcards. What I went through to get those. And I mean, it took 3 of us to load them in the vehicle. That's how heavy these were. So the way the picture looks, like I just showed you, the picture. See how that picture looks? That's what you see in the ad. They were a little sideways, but they look like that. So you would think, looking at the picture, when you go up, all you have to do is like sliding forward and out the door. He didn't answer me if there were steps. He didn't answer any of my questions before we got there. Thank God it was on the first floor, because there's no way we could have done this. We did take a dolly with us, but when we got up there, here they were buried. He had it look in the picture like there was a path, but they were buried behind a whole bunch of crap. So my daughter, she was getting mad. She's like scooting stuff out of the way because he was thinking I was just going to pick any. I said, no, I want these particular ones with the smaller drawers because that was the purpose. So she had to move. So you wouldn't believe what we had to do to get them things out of there, but we did. So I'm really happy with them. But I was like, holy moly. So you got to ask questions definitely on the marketplace for sure. But that definitely was a job. But I don't see her. Sometimes they leave their pictures up for reviews, but I don't see the bookshelves on here anymore. They're gone. Darn it. I wanted to show you guys because they're really pretty. I'm not upstairs where they're at. I don't know if I have them on my phone still or not. Let me look real quick. But they are pretty. They were real. I was impressed. And of course, I plugged them all in to make sure they all lit up, and they light up really nice. I mean, I just was blown away. And when I looked them up later, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe the prices on them. So yeah, I did get a very good deal. But I have a bunch of books from the 1800s and stuff like that. I got a lot of poetry, different things like that I'm able to I was able to unpack them finally and put them on shelves. And it's just so nice. I walk past my bookshelves when I'm upstairs and I'm like, oh my gosh, they look so beautiful. I love them. I thought I took pictures and put them on my phone because I wanted to show Sandy. Here's one I repurposed. This here was a gray looking one that somebody had given to me, a friend of mine. I was helping her move. I sanded it down and I took a really pretty blue paint and repainted, and that sits in my bedroom. You can see that it's filled with journals. So I have that one. I like redoing furniture. We're getting ready to redo. Oh, here's one of them. Oh, this is one of them. Look at this. This is the one that's got the doors. That's the one that's in my bedroom. Is that like not gorgeous? See, whenever I look for stuff, see how the trim goes in like a ripple. I just thought it was really pretty, the design. I'm always told I have a good eye for stuff. People tell me that all the time. I found a dresser at the Goodwill one time that it was just filthy as all get out. And my dad calls me on the phone because he knew I was looking for an extra dresser. And he says to me, he says, Team, you'll know it when you see it. He says, but I think what you're looking for is up at the Goodwill, because I was looking for a clothes dresser. And as soon as I saw it in the back, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what my dad's talking about. I brought it home. It was in 2 pieces and it was filthy. And I cleaned it up and it turned out to be the most amazing dresser. It was built, I couldn't even, it's got spindles running up the side of it. And you open the drawer and there's a cufflink hole into the drawers of this dresser. And it's just one of those, the ones that's got the little cubbies that you can put stuff on, like shelves. God, I love that dresser. Here's the secretary one. Here's the second one. This is the top 2 shelves, and then this part here drops down as your secretary. You can write in, and then these are the drawers underneath, and that sits in my hallway. That's the second one. The third one looks like this, but instead it has 2 top and then 2 cupboard doors. And the third one is shelves all the way down, and that sits in my computer room. But yeah, free. Yeah. Free to pick up. And I think we paid $100. Here's the picture of them together. This is the house we picked them up in. That's what the ad looked like. I took the ad and I was like, oh my God. I just gotta have them, especially when I realized that they separated. So yeah, I was really pleased with that deal. Really pleased. So you can get some good stuff. You just got to look for it. And all I typed in that day, I think, was bookshelves, because I was looking for some extra bookshelves and that popped up and I thought, okay, this has got to be a scam. And it wasn't. Thank goodness. But I was like, yes, please. And that was up towards Pittsburgh. Look how cute she looks. So that stencil worked very well. Got a little extra right there, but that's okay, because I probably pushed on it. But see the stencil, it worked off of that die. That's adorable. So I have a little woman walking. Okay, so what was the other? Oh, we'll do this. We're going to add some more Tina art. She has multiple colors of stuff. I have a bunch of her stuff upstairs. I got a bunch of Tina art. Let me see what this one looks like. She does them on cardstock. Some of her stuff is on paper. Some of it's on this crinkly stuff she uses. This is some of Tina's art. Isn't it pretty? Let's see what her papers is like. But she'll have like reds and greens, and she sold some of this at her sale. She has like a D-stash sale. Look at that. Isn't that like cool? That's on a map page. Look at her art. Tina's my mixed media queen. That's what I call her. She always will be. Look at that. Whew. And then she does this. And then this is other colors. She does some cool stuff. Sometimes she comes on in late night crafts. I got to go bug her. Let's try. Look how cool that is. Some of this reminds me of like graffiti walls. Like she's got a graffiti talent. Look at that. I mean, she gets some cool stencils. Okay. Let's see what we can add to this. I kind of like using some of this side. Let me see if I can get me some graffiti butterflies. So let's do the little baby ones. Let me see here. You like the babies? That's what it cuts out. It cuts out the big one and then the wee babies. Isn't that cute? I love it. Or you can turn it around. Oh, look at that. Look at that purple Sassy Sandy. Those are so cute. Yeah, we're going to put some of this on here too. That purple, look at that purple butterfly. Look at that. Ooh. Come on, focus. I know, it's a cool punch. Let me see if it says. I don't know where I got it. Because sometimes I get D-stashes off of people. It don't have a name on it. Like there's no brand name. This one here says made in Taiwan. Let me see if I can Google Lens this real quick for you. If you're looking for this particular punch, let me see. Google Lens. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here's matches. Martha Stewart is who sells it, but it doesn't have, it doesn't say this particular one. It doesn't have it. It's got a sheep. Back to the beginning. It's got an owl, a bird. That's a shame. Usually it comes up and it'll tell you. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is right there. It is on eBay. It's called the Martha Stewart Craft Punch 3-in-1 Butterfly Trio. It's for $16.75 in stock if you are interested. There you go. I found one so far. Yeah. That's one thing I love about on Google Lens is that when you're looking for something when you're out, you can do price comparisons and check stuff. So there you go. Yeah, it is a cute one. I like it too. Let me put this one here. But that's what I do too. I'll be in a sale or something. If something sells I can't get, I find it. I look it up. And I'm like, I'll find it somewhere else. If somebody else beats me at an auction. The only thing I couldn't outdo was the Fenton horse. There was this vase. Oh, this vase. I got to show you this vase. It was made for an anniversary, but I had to let it go. I just couldn't do it. It was like their, I don't know, 50th anniversary or something. There was only so many made, and it's Fenton. And there's numbers on them. Well, there's 2 out on the web that I found, $500 to say the least on what these suckers cost. And this was a newer number. So, you know, people that collect, they go after the earlier numbers even harder. But this vase was so beautiful. Wait till you see this vase. or no, I'm sorry. It was the 100th. It was the 100th designed by this person, and it was number 68 out of 950. And look at this vase. Oh my God, people. Because you know how much I love horses. It's got this on it. This is what this vase looked like. Come on, phone. Look at this. I went after this in an auction, but when it got past like 200, I had to give up. I was like, I just can't do it. It ended up selling for like $360. But when you look it up, the highest ones were like $400 and $500. So I had to say goodbye. So you know what I did? I kept the picture and I'll turn it into a journaling card. And I'll keep it as a journaling card. So there you go. The vase that got away. Sandy was with me when I was bidding on it. Poor Sandy. She gets to hear all the stuff I lose out on. But it is what it is. There's only so much you can do, you know? Shoot, speaking of bids, hold on a minute. I'm in the middle of another one. I forgot to check it. Oops. Darn it. I bet you they took it. You know those ninjas that come in at the last minute and they steal your stuff. They do have some good online auctions, though. Yeah, they beat me because I forgot I only had like an hour left. I have 2 more running for 4 days. But whoever wanted them, they ninja'd me. That's okay, though. It was a postcard lot. Oh, well. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot it ended in so many hours tonight, but oh well. It is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. How I look at it is when I lose something, it just must not be meant to be with me. It's meant to be with the person bidding on it. That's how I look at it. That's why I don't get stressed anymore when it comes to auctions. The last auction, I had sweaty palms, and I was like, the only auction that ever caused me to like, my heart was beating fast. And I was like, oh my God, if I don't win it, I'll die, was this. This one here is the last one that I had heart palpitations over, and I never want to go through that again. And this one here is from the 1800s. Yes, it is a ledger from 1888, and it is in Spanish, and it is the coolest ever because this is before airplanes were invented. This is when hot air balloons carried supplies before airplanes. And that's what this whole thing is based on. And yeah, I was sweating it. And somebody had thrown this in a fire. You could see where it was burnt. They did this to ledgers. They used to burn them up like they didn't matter. And I won this from a locker sale, and it was crazy what I went through because I saw it when they went through the locker and they couldn't find it for months. I waited months for this to come up, and I literally sweated because there was one other person that was up against me for this, and it was awful. I had a cut-off amount, and she ended up giving up because she's like, just let Tammy have it. And I thank her so much for this because I never thought I was going to win something this nice. It's from 18. There was a guy that had it for a locker. He was turned it into a scrapbook. So there's glued paper to it. from things that happened. He had stamps in it. He was turning this into a scrapbook. But see, up in the corner, you can see 1883. And it's documented. Look at that writing. And their transactions. And I had somebody who can speak Spanish tell me what most of it said. So that's what it was. Yes, it's an amazing one. And believe me, I don't ever want to feel that stressed out again. So I kind of stay away from auctions just every once in a while because that was hard. Probably the only one that would ever give me a rush worse than this one would be the horse thief one. They do have one that exists. Horse thefts were recorded in, if you Google, there's only like a couple pages out there, but there's actually one that had horse thieves that were recorded into the ledger, and it came up at an auction in Indiana, and it went to 175, and a friend of mine that was bidding on it had to give up because this person wasn't giving up. So she says, I didn't have the money, or I'd have got it, because she knew how bad I wanted it, but it is what it is. You know, once it gets past a certain amount, there's not much you can do. So, but that's the only one of horse thieving that I had heard of, was the one. And yeah, but can't have it all. As much as you try, you can't have it all. But there are people who have, you know, pages that they sell on Etsy, or you can get digitals. And this here, eventually one of these days, I want to make some digitals with it. I want to start creating some digitals actually for my second Etsy store. There's things that I have planned to do. It's just getting the time to do them. That's another story. But yeah. One thing I love about mixed media is, I agree with Tina, you have no limit on creation. But when you do create pages like these, you can use them to make die cuts and things like that out of them. You can take these pages, turn them into tags. You can turn them into whatever you want to turn them into. And that's one of the things I love about color, you know, and having different colors. Like I did this. I'm going to print this off. This is just markers and making swirls with a pen. But the colors are so pretty on this. You could do frames. You could use pictures, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to copy that and turn that into a digital, because sometimes I like to just print, or sometimes like even on my dyed papers, I'll take and make digitals of it, because sometimes I don't have time to dye coffee dye papers. So it's nice if you do learn to do this kind of stuff, just to save yourself time as a crafter. If you're on Instinct, you're going to save money anyways. But if you make a bunch of dyed papers, doesn't matter how you dye them, eco, red, food coloring, food, whatever you use to dye. If you have pretty papers that you really want to duplicate, I don't duplicate all of them. I pick out certain ones, and then I save them into my computer to make the digitals, because like I said, there's sometimes I'll be in the middle making a journal and I'll be like, I don't have time to dye paper. Or if you're sick and you don't feel good, you can run them off. So I started my collection of my dyed papers that way, so that I have a backup in case I need it. But I like all kinds of crafts. I like when people use original stuff in, but I also really, really love digitals. I think digitals are very nice, because some of these paper pads that you buy, and I'm not putting down nobody Disney, because I appreciate all crafters and their ways. But I love Stamperia. Stamperia is not a cheap paper line. Stamperia was the very first line I ever picked in my life. When I saw the lace one, I just went nuts over it. And it was just like, wow. And I had good taste from the very beginning on paper pads, as far as I'm concerned, because their old lace is beautiful. And that was the very first pad I ever bought, ever, was Stamperia. But sometimes when you get these paper pads, they don't have double papers for you to use. Like, say you like both sides of something. Some will give you both, 2 of each so you can use both sides, but some don't. And then sometimes when you're creating a journal, you run out. So you'd have to buy a second paper pad. The digitals to me mean a lot because if you're at a place where you can't afford stuff at times, there's times I can, sometimes I can't. I like them because once you buy a set of digitals, you can reprint them as much as you want. I wish that some of the paper lines, in my opinion, like Stamperia and Graphic 45, I wish that instead of retiring lines, they would turn them into digitals, for people to be able to use them, because then you could recopy them, but you can't recopy paper pads because that's a copyright infringement. Where digitals you're allowed. That's the difference. Once you purchase the digital, it's yours, so you can copy as many times as you want. And that's why I like digitals. And some of the digitals out there are gorgeous. They're just as good as paper pads. So I like using both. But sometimes, you just have those ups and downs in life where you can afford stuff and sometimes you can't. I like that there's options that you can do other things. It makes my day that there are other choices. But what I get mad about the crafting community sometimes is, CDC will come in here, what's going on in the YouTube streets. I get upset because I will be in watching somebody's video and they're running down another crafting style. That just makes me angry because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, to me, there's a crafter that I know who puts down digitals, but yet they follow a digital creator and they're growing their channel through her Facebook group. Now, you tell me that's not a backstabber. That's the kind of stuff I don't like when I see it in the crafting community. I don't understand why people just can't embrace everybody's ways of doing things. If there's things that I don't like to do, like I don't like Mod Podge, but you don't see me joining the Mod Podge club trying to grow my channel off of Mod Podge when I don't like it. That's just my opinion. And what we do on here is we influence people. So if you're sitting there putting down digitals, you're hurting a lot of creators because there are a lot of people that love the digitals. And I just feel like I'm not, if I don't like a specific craft, I'm going to keep it to myself. Because to me, it's different when it's a product because you don't want people wasting their money on it. I don't know. Me, I just don't like Mod Podge. It just doesn't do anything for me. I bought the mat, bought the glass, and it's just my opinion. But would I tell you not to try it? No. Have at it. Because, we're all going to learn by trial and error. And there's a lot of crafters that do love the item. I like this. Instead of Mod Podge, the Elmer's Clear Glue to me is better. It's cheaper too. But it's better to use it with your finger when you go to do stuff and it doesn't get sticky. But that's me. But I'm not going to say, hey, don't go try it, because you should. That's how I learned, by trial and error, what I like and what I don't like. But I'm not going to run down another person's craft style, because to me, I feel that to each their own. There's enough room out here for all of us. And I see it too often in the crafting community. I feel like I'm in Mrs. Olsen's sewing group sometimes when I listen. If you ever watch Little House on the Prairie and how snobby she was, I can't believe that there's crafters that still do that. It's like sitting in their parlor and you're being run down for everything you love. And it's like, give me a break. Grow up. We're not in the sandbox anymore. But yeah, that's me too. But it kills me because, like I said, this one crafter, she talks down on digitals, and then she's got her commenters. Oh yeah, I wouldn't use that either, because you are an influencer when you speak on things. And so I'm sitting here like, really? but you suck up to one of the biggest creators that makes digitals, and you're growing your channel and getting monetized through a person that does digitals, but you're sitting there running her down. I'm sorry, but if I had a group like that and I caught somebody doing it, I'd be kicking their ass out of my group. That would be me, because I just don't like people that do that shit. It's like so childish. I'd be like, well, if you don't like digitals, why the hell are you here? Why are you following a digital creator if you don't like digitals? I don't know. Some people just got to scratch your head. But it just irritates, because I'm not going to use somebody anyways to grow my channel. I want my channel to grow because of people like me in the first place, not because of somebody else's craft. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just blows me away. It just does sometimes, especially when these people are old enough to know better. They're not children. And I'm the same way. I do the same thing. I do the best, but I just don't like it when people don't speak of things. Like, they don't talk about this kind of stuff, because they should. It's like, some are ridiculous. You can call it gossip. You can call it what it was. I call it standing up for the truth. And too many people are slacking in that in this day and age, especially with everything we go through in life. Not enough people stand up for the truth. And when you do stand up for the truth, people treat you like you're crap at times. And I'm sorry if you feel that way, but oh well, that's your loss. I like being around truthful people. I like speaking my mind. That's how my parents raised me to be. And I'm not going to apologize for it, because it's the truth. And I know I've probably lost a lot of crafting followers because of a couple blow-ups I've had, but you know what? It's their loss. I don't care. The way I look at it, there's millions of people in the world, and there are people that do like to hear the truth over polished. And I will always stand up for the truth, because that's how my parents raised me to be, and I'm not going to apologize or suck up to people because they don't. I refuse to conform. I was never a groupie in high school, and I sure to hell ain't going to be one now. That's my philosophy. I was never a follower of a clique or a crowd. I like everybody from every walk of life. And believe me, it shows. My 13th birthday party, there was a fist fight because I mix people. And it's just, I don't know. I just never liked the clique thing. And I never will. It's like, in grade school, it's like everybody's friends from kindergarten through middle school. And then all of a sudden you get to junior high, and cheerleading and sports and all that comes in. And it's like everybody separates. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I hated that. It's like at one time we were all friends. What difference does it make if you join a sports or not? I don't know. Just don't know why people got to be that way. As long as you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you back. I don't even care if you have a criminal record. If you change your life and you become a good person, that's all that matters to me. If you continue to be a criminal, then stay away from me. But if you do change, I'm here. I don't know. I just thought that people would be less judgy the older we get, But no, God forbid. Sometimes even trying to get people to craft with you is really hard to do, because, you have these cliques even on here, and it's sad. Be nice for like a crafting retreat. I wish we had something close to us that does our art. Like, they did have an open house in one of our parks here, but it was not paper. You know what I mean? It's like, they had a fee at the door that you could go pay, and I think it was more quilting and fabric. But I want to do paper. I wish we had a crafting retreat close to us that we could go to. That would be so much fun. We could bring in our junk journals and do what we want. And the term junk journal, that's used, somebody told me, loosely. And I got to thinking about it because I had a crafting friend say to me once, well, it's not junk journals if you have to buy paper pads and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is what I said to her. Listen, I understand that junk journals are things that are upcycled or thrown away. I get it. And there are people who make cards and from the scrapbooking community that crossed over into the junk journal community because junk journal is trash. This is my philosophy. On my channel, My Crafty Styles, I'm actually doing a legit junk journal. Nothing that I have purchased is going to be used. And believe me, it's going to be challenging. Because like I told her, how do you adhesive your stuff together? Do you use glue? Well, yeah. Well, where did you get your glue? Did you buy it? Well, yeah. Then technically it's not a junk journal, is it? If it's stuff that you are not supposed to purchase and you're supposed to throw it away, then technically you're paying for glue. So then it's not a junk journal if you want to get specific about it. Because I'm not going to argue. But there is a girl on here that does a definition. And I freaking love her definitions because she does speak the truth. But still, at some point, you're going to have stuff in it that's bought. Oh my gosh. It's just funny. It's just hysterical. Wait a second. I'm going to give you the link to this girl. I have her posted. Her videos posted in the bottom of My Crafty Styles because that's my second channel. Because I wanted people to see what really it's supposed to be. But even if you do look it up, like I said, you're still going to have things in it that's paid for. Let me see. Let me try to remember her name. I think it's Jenny Belly. Jenny Bellies. Yes. She says, warning, it may pee off some folks. But I like her because she's honest. You know, she's down to earth. She's my kind of people. But I'm going to put this in here. Because the funny thing is like this. Okay, say you've used scrap paper and you bought a paper pad and you used it for what you were going to use it for, and say you have little pieces of it left. Well, you consider that junk too. You know what I'm saying? So those were bought. So to me, it's really hard to define a junk journal because I've seen people take a broken book and, you know, staple like receipts from Walmart or Shopping, but you're still using staples. You're still using a stapler. Where'd you get it? You bought it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think it's funny how some people have a pet peeve. Yeah. When you get the chance, you got to watch her video. But even when you look through what she shows, it's still the same thing. You know, she defines a smash book, a junk journal, and all that. I call mine crafty journals. I like being part of the junk journal community, but mine are not called junk journals. They're called crafty journals because I use a combo. You will see me use used stuff. You will see me use upcycled stuff. So, yeah. That way nobody can say, that's not a junk journal. And give me a headache. But she does give a good definition of what they really are. I mean, it really is what they are, what she says. She's not lying in her video. because junk is junk. It's things that you would not normally keep and you would throw away. And who would throw away paper pad paper? So I wouldn't. I don't know, but I just think it's comical. Because you got to laugh at some of the pet peeves that goes on in this community. They just kill me. They really do. People bicker about crazy stuff. And that's why I have learned to pick my battles. You know, they say pick your battles. That's what you should do, is pick your battles. Pick what matters to you. Is that locked or unlocked? Does this lock even work? Well, this is an eco tool. This is pretty cool. I don't know if this locks anymore or not. But I'm just saying, when you join the crafting community, you got to really be careful who you make friends with and things like that, because it can be cliquish. And I've been a part of the makeup community. I've been a part of the gaming community. I've been a part of communities on here. Speak from experience. When you join the community of gamers, you have a lot of issues with trolls. I noticed that in their stream. When you join the makeup community, all right, Sandy, you get a lot of influence and drama, blah, 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 blah. You can watch T-Spill and watch all of it because it's hysterical too. But when you drop the crafting community, they won't tell you in public. All the nasty stuff goes on behind people's backs. Things get back to me that I don't even ask for to get back to me sometimes in the crafting community. I just have to shake my head because I'm like, really? So yeah, I don't even have to be here for months at a time and I hear shit. That's how ridiculous the crafting community is. But all I have to say is there's a lot of drama in the crafting community that people don't get to see. And it's stupid. It's really stupid. And I did a puppet show one time about it. And I pissed off a lot of people, but oh well. I wanted to make them see how stupid they really looked. Because I don't get involved in it anymore. The only thing that I have in life is I prefer people not to lie to me about things. Just be truthful and be good people. I think my recommendations and expectations of people is not much to ask for. And I've gotten lied to by a few people too, and it's really sad. People that you think are your friends and then they lie to you about stupid things, not even about things that are important. And then you bust them at it. And it's like, freaking really? So you got to make up your mind. Are you here to make friends? Are you here for business? How much of yourself do you really want to share with people? Because I'm telling you, it's cruel out here on the web. Sweet dreams, Sandy. Yes. Cheap. Yes. Sweet dreams, Sassy Sandy. I went from Yahoo getting booted and disconnected to YouTube and people just being just terrible. And you would think, being that this is a worldly platform and a global platform, that people would like represent themselves a little better than what they do. But no, they still got to troll and be crazy. I just don't know. I think I'm going to use these two colors next. I'm turning your stuff into butterflies, Tina, because they're cute. I'm just random. I'm being random. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah, that's like I asked one crafter about somebody because I hadn't seen him around. This was a while ago. You know what the crafter said to me? Who's that? I go, what? They're like, oh, that person's canceled. What the hell? How do you get canceled as a crafter? That's what they said about that crafter. Is that person's canceled, like she doesn't exist anymore in people's eyes? And who are you to say that about another crafter? I don't know. People are so weird on here. Nobody's canceled as a crafter. The only time you're canceled is if you decide to cancel your YouTube channel on your own. I don't know. I don't know, Cheap. I don't know. I don't get it. Man, even on our bullies in school weren't as bad as some people on YouTube. But there's a lot of people, I stay away from the drama. I'm like, good for you. I know, because drama is going to follow you everywhere. It wouldn't be in the dictionary if it didn't exist. It's how you handle it. That's my philosophy on drama. It's how you handle it that makes the difference. And how I handle it. Bye, Felicia. You're out of my life. Because I just don't want to put up with it. I come here for my downtime and to enjoy crafts and to have fun. And if you get to know people along the way, that's okay. But these people who make friends and then bash each other after they're done, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I refuse to be that kind of person. I don't care what a person does to me. You know, at a time that we were friends, confidences and things were shared in friendship. I'm not going to diss a person because we're not friends anymore. I refuse to be that immature. So what I do is just move on. You're in my life for a reason and a season. You know, sometimes marriages last and sometimes they don't. Sometimes friendships last and sometimes they don't. But you just make the best of it while they're there. And then once it's over, you just say sayonara and you move on. So that's how I learned to handle all the relationships in my life. It comes and goes. Oh, these are pretty. Let's add some. That's pretty. Look at these die cuts. Look how cute these are. Tim Holtz ones. This is the Ideologies. I don't use a lot of Tim Holtz, just every once in a while. I don't, sometimes I don't like on the packages that they don't tell you if they're cardstock or chipboard, because I'm not a big chipboard person. But sometimes they don't give you that answer and you'll get them in and you'll be like, this is not what I wanted. Those make good giveaways too for people that do like that kind of stuff. But these here are nice. These feel like the cardstock type. So I like these ones. Let's see if I have another one in here. I was looking for some more butterflies. But anyways, I mean, to me, that's just how you handle trolls. When people come to me for that kind of advice, that's just what I tell them. Is some people are in your life for a reason and a season. And, you know, there was a YouTuber that was helping other channels grow. I can give you many examples. And there was a person in his stream who was growing his channel and he was doing very well. And the person that was doing the growing, helping people grow, he told the guy, he thought he was a friend and everything. And then one day somebody kept bringing IDs in and trolling him really bad. And he couldn't figure out who it was. And it ended up being a person who he thought was a friend of his. And this guy made 10 IDs in his channel name. And this is a thing I brought up to YouTube. They have a channel on here called YouTube Creators. I told them, okay, when you get monetized on your YouTube, your name gets branded. How is it that when you go to make your email, if it's taken, Gmail will say it's taken, so you have to add a number or letter or something to it. How is it that people can have the same identical name on YouTube? That should not be allowed, especially if you're branded and monetized. I brought this up. It got a lot of hits on it too. Under what are there? Because they did a video about it under YouTube Creators on here, and I said, I think no two people should be allowed to have the same name on YouTube. That should not be allowed, because I have a friend who has a guy who trolls him that made 10 IDs in his name that I know of, because I have him on block. And he harasses him. And not only that, he goes in other streams pretending to be him. And if you don't know that it's not him, because you have to go to the channel. And if you're not in blue, you can't, because only people with wrenches can do that. But you literally have to search his name to look at his numbers, and you'll know it's not the same person, that it's his troll. But say somebody copied my name. This is what they used to do back in Yahoo. They call them cloners. Somebody could make Tammy's dot passion with a dot in it. Just one little thing to change the name, because you couldn't have the same identical names on there either. They could go into another live stream and trash people and get blocked. Then when people see my name, they're going to be like, why were you in my name doing that last night? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, people can turn people against you doing that crap. And I used to watch that in chat. I can't believe people are still doing that stuff on YouTube. Kind of reminds me, it makes me wonder if people on Yahoo are over here doing that same crap. But if you don't pay attention to who your followers are and things like that, stuff like that can happen. I used to pay attention because I ran a chat room for 6 years. I would know phrases that people used, so I would know if it was not that person. So I was really good at that. Lord knows why. Put my brain to better use, but for some reason I could pick up on that stuff. And it's sad. It really is sad. But it might not be that person, and you might think it is. That's why I try to give people a chance. We get enough drama in life that people need to leave it offline. You come online, leave your crap at home. I always tell people, when they ask me personal questions about me, like, what's your biggest accomplishment in life, or what you do for a living? You know what I tell them? Does it really matter? To me, life itself is the biggest accomplishment. If you can make it through all the rough times, like we're getting hit with now with high inflation, or your house burning down, with all the fires that happened in California and people that lost their homes, if you can make it through life itself, to me, that is the biggest challenge that you could ever, and the biggest accomplishment that you can ever have, is life itself. If you can make it through the hard times and even maybe lend a helping hand to help others make it, then you're doing a good job. We got enough crap in life. Why do people got to do this other stuff? That's how I look at it. We got enough crap going on in our lives. Doctors, medical, kids, wrecks, deaths. Why do people waste it being trolls on here? I will never understand. Or who cares if a person makes digitals? You know what I mean? Who cares how a person crafts? If it makes them happy, that's all that matters. That's my philosophy, because I think happiness is hard to find sometimes when you're caught up in misery of life. So that, so I don't come on here for that reason. This is my downtime. I like to meet people. I think it's really cool that we have these little machines that somebody created and brought us all together, because you could go on vacation anywhere in the world and never really get to meet a person the whole time you're on that vacation. But when you have the web, you can talk to people all over the world. So when you go to travel, hey, I made this really wonderful friend in Australia named Charlene. And this is a true story because I just love her. And I could go visit her. And we would have the best time because we met through MSN chat, and she's on my Facebook. And we stayed friends through the years. We swapped mails, and it would be just so cool to meet her face to face because we've talked so much. That's what I love about the internet. I will never take that for granted. Because I have been so blessed to be able to step out of reading a book and actually meeting people for real in these places. And I just think it's cool. So I don't have time for all the petty shit. That's my philosophy. That's how I perceive the web. So that's my drama talk for the day. Appreciate what you are blessed with. Stop taking it for granted and picking fights with people. And just enjoy. And that will be my preach for the day. These are turning out really pretty for something different to do in mixed media. Wow. Wow. I'm really liking this. All these beautiful butterflies. I hear my dog upstairs doing the happy dance. Daddy must be home. She's up there like every time my husband comes in the door. She's like this little flutter dog. Like, my spoiler's here. He's home, Mom. He's home. You have any animals? I miss my cats, though. They were good. So now I'm going to decoupage over these with my finger. And I'm going to use the clear Elmer's glue, because this is my Mod Podge. Come on, get down there. We'll put you straight up and down so you can cover that butterfly. I've been watching a lot of different shows on Netflix here lately, and I've been enjoying Virgin River and Sweet Magnolias is really cute. They remind me of like small town versions of people, and they're really comical. It's amazing, watching this kind of stuff and how COVID changed everything for the time period that it did, because we kind of lost that for a little bit, having people graduate that couldn't even walk across the stage. That's freaking sad that you didn't even get to enjoy your graduation like other people got to, I think for those students, once that lifted, I think they should have had a redo. I feel like they were robbed. All that time, to take to graduate and put themselves out there for their class. And I don't know. I just think it's sad that they missed out on that. Doesn't seem fair. I'll let this dry overnight, but I'm going to take in. I like this. Sometimes I use a paintbrush and sometimes I use my finger. It depends. But I really like how that girl turned out. I didn't know that there was a sealant either. I found out the other day. Because you know how, like, sometimes I feel like I want to seal my page so nothing changes. Alina has a sealant spray out. I didn't know that. There's still so many things that I learn about crafting. I don't know how it would work. Like, instead of using my finger to decoupage this page, I wonder what the sealant would look like. I'm enjoying this book, though. This was a composition book, and it was my first time ever playing in mixed media. And Tina's really good. She said eventually she wants to start the prompts again, and I hope she does, because it's so fun to hang out with her live or even do a rewatch of her videos and do her prompts. I have a book that I keep when she does that, and I'll write down the prompts that she draws. And, because she'll do it as a drawing, like on cards. I started making my own list of prompts because I think that's cool to do. Have like a mixed media crafting retreat on YouTube would be awesome. With a bunch of crafters that want to learn mixed media. I never dreamed I'd be doing mixed media. But when she started that prompt, I thought, I'm going to try this out because I wanted to see what it was like. And I'm so glad I did, because I didn't realize how much I loved mixed media till I started doing it. And sometimes you don't know that's your knack until you start playing and stuff. And I've had so much fun playing in mixed media since they did. Her and Teresa were doing prompts together as a group, but then Tina had some deaths in her family and had to take time away, and she couldn't continue. But I told her I hope she gets back into it, so she said she might, because I think this is great. I really, 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 really do. Use this little paper butterfly too, because I ask her questions and stuff when she's in the middle of doing things. Like, I didn't know a lot of things, like, oh shoot, I just ripped it. Poor butterfly, I'm sorry I broke you. I'll glue you back together. But I never knew that as long as you stay non-sticky to my finger, that what was it? Oh, that you could use like straight alcohol, rubbing alcohol, to clean the glue off your brushes and things like that. Like, I learned a lot of tips from them, because even though people don't believe it, I'm not new to this. I have not been doing this for 20 years. I was in Girl Scouts. I learned how to crochet as a kid in brownies and Girl Scouts. But I think I made fish hanging on a string in a shoebox one time. But when I started YouTube, all I had was a little bag full of yarn because that's all I did was crochet. And when I come on here in 2017, I did makeup reviews. And then I end up finding the crafting community with my used bookstore and hearing of junk journals for my first time. I've never even heard the term fussy cutting. I call it cussy cutting. But I never heard of none of this stuff. And when I say that I'm new, I've had a couple people laugh at me. And I'm like, I'm serious. I'm new at this. Thank you, Tiff. So I'm still learning all the time. Different things that people use to clean things. I love it. The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart. Oh, that sounds interesting. We get Paramount. We pay for Paramount, AMC Plus, and Netflix and Hulu. And then we get to buy and a bunch of other channels free, like Peacock and stuff. Interesting. Exactly. And the world is a small place. It's smaller than what people think, too cheap. It is. You never know who you're going to bully that might turn around and help you someday. What do you want, hubby? That you be bugging me for your food after work? You got heat ups. What you cooking me? I heard puppy doing the puppy dance, so I know you're home. My hubby's spying on me. Food? You making me food? He's like, how is it that I work all day and I have to cook for you? It's nice. It's nice to be cooked for and spoiled a little bit. Oh, I like Sigourney Weaver. You know who I miss? And I know that she changed, but it makes me wonder if something really bad happened to her. I miss Bridget Fonda. You guys remember Bridget Fonda? She did such wonderful movies and she disappeared. And I heard that she flipped a Jaguar. This is what was in the news. She wrecked a car, did something to her back, and she ended up getting married and having kids, and she left. She just didn't want to do movies anymore. She was so pretty. She had the cutest smile. And I have a few of her movies that were really good. She was in Single White Female. She was in It Can Happen to You, where, she was the waitress, where Nicolas Cage won the ticket and shared it with her, and his wife gave him all kinds of problems. And she played, what the heck was the other show? Where she was an assassin trying to take out people or something. But oh my gosh, she was such a wonderful actress. And she just disappeared, and I really thought she was one of the cute ones. So I liked her, and I liked Jane Fonda, and I like all the older and the newer people. It just depends on who's. Goldie Hawn used to crack me up. She played some ditzy roles. She was funny. I loved her in the movie where she played the attorney and she kept bringing home all the strays. She would hire people with records and bring him all the strays, cats and dogs. And oh my gosh, she was hysterical in her day. And her daughter's beautiful. Oh my gosh, her daughter, Kate Hudson, looks just like her. And then oh my gosh, what the heck is her name? The one that played in True Lies. Are you playing with my puppy? You spoiling my puppy. Did you be spoiling my puppy? You should just see her and my husband. Oh my gosh. I call her wife number one. She bosses my hubby. Jamie Lee Curtis is who I was trying to think of. I have a video on here. Let me see if I can find it of my dog and what she does to my husband when he comes home from work. I gotta show you guys. This is so cute. She's my rotten Roni. I don't know if I can find it, but I'll try. I have a clip of her. I need to get some more videos of what she does to my husband because it is so funny how she bosses him. She's definitely his alpha. She wants attention. It's hysterical. He'll be sitting in his chair and she puts her paws up on both sides of his face and makes him hold still because until she cleans his face, the top of his head, clear around his ears, he can't move. She treats my husband like her puppy. It's the funniest thing ever. Then he'll try to fall asleep at night and his head will drop and he'll pretend like he's going to sleep and she's at the bottom going woof. And he jumps up and looks at her and then he'll close his eyes pretending like he's going to sleep again and she'll go woof. She won't let him sleep and it's so funny. He teased her. He says, "Don't you act like my wife." I said, "I don't do that to you. I don't bark at you." It's so funny. They're comical. I need to get videos though, because it is funny watching her. Listen, she is your boss. Where in the heck is that video? I saw it earlier. I pulled something else up to share. And of course, it's not going to let me find it because I'm looking for it. You know how that goes. Look, this is them too. Look at these two. I took a picture of them sleeping one day. She ain't spoiled or nothing. She's such a riot. And she's got him at night clear against the wall. She hogs the whole entire bed. I can't figure out how to find. No. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck is videos? I know it's got to be on here. Here it is. I found it, guys. Are you ready? Wait, let me see. Okay, this is what my dog does to my hubby when he comes home. Are you ready? Look. She's like, I'm the boss. She's like so funny. She's so bossy. She's a good puppy though. Let me see if I can get. Can I get sound? Oh, here it is.
Speak. Tell Sandy hi. Say hi, Sandy.
I was talking to Sandy.
Speak. Good girl. Is your mommy, baby? Speak. Tell Sandy hi. Say hi, Sandy. Speak. Good girl.
She's so cute. Okay, this is when I was trying to get her up. She had to go to the bathroom, and I knew she was past her time. Watch this.
Come on, we gotta
watch
go.
her.
We gotta go potty. I know
this.
you want to bury your face and sleep in Daddy's fuzzy, but we gotta go potty. Yeah, I know. Give me that look like, oh, but Mom don't want to get up. Right. It's potty time. Come on, we gotta go.
Oh my God, I love this video.
You bury your face and sleep in Daddy's fuzzy.
I told her it was time to go, and she buried her head again. She's so funny. She's like, I don't want to get up. She's so stinking cute.
Hello, Jennifer Jane.
Oh, this was Jennifer
Jane. This little video clip is for you. You got to meet the Roni monster, which is the dog. There's the T-Rex. Here's another T-Rex. And watch her. I'm going to get you, Ron. I'm going to get you, Ron. I'm going to get you.
There's a story with this.
Ooh, here comes the big one.
The big one. This is funny.
This one says, I want Gingy for snack.
that big rubber one.
You were playing with me like 2 seconds.
The big rubber one. There's a story behind it. She was just a puppy, and I had it beside the couch, and I went stomp with it, and I go. Running, she saw it as a puppy, and it was bigger than her, and she took off running across the. She was scared to death of that dinosaur. So it became her number one chew toy, though. It was real thick. It was my grandson's, but he said she could play with it. She had that thing. You figure she's 6 years old. She's had that thing this whole time, and just recently broke the leg off of it. That's how much she's chewed. She can't do her toys have to be level 3 and up. She'll tear them up. I used to do videos, the toys that Roni has went through, and I would show what she did to all of her toys, because sometimes we throw it down that night and it would be gone. But we had to find specific toys for her because she's not a rope girl. She doesn't like, playing with twisty ropes and stuff. It's got to have squeaks in it or bottle sounds. Believe me, you're in the middle of a movie. She makes herself known. But she's really picky on her toys. And that one there didn't do anything, but it was the plastic is so thick that she chewed on it a lot. And it was so funny because Jennifer Jane and I have a joke about T-Rex, and I had to send that video to her. She was laughing. I miss Jennifer Jane. I never see her on lives anymore, but I do see her on Facebook stuff.
Jennifer Jane. I never see her on lives anymore.
I gotta mute myself. But I do videos of her when I can, and she's so stinking cute. She is. She's ornery. We found her on Facebook, believe it or not. There was a guy that had pictures of her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's the best thing I ever got off of Facebook. I went and picked her up. I just fell in love with her on sight. It was so weird. We weren't really shopping for a pet. And I saw this one dog, and I kept wanting a dog because we haven't had a dog in a while. And so I called the people, and you know how you get that feeling that you made the wrong decision? I hate that gut feeling when you get it. Like, when you bought something and you feel guilty for it, well, this first dog, I don't know, just something was like, it felt off. Like, I told the people I was going to meet them, but then I was like, oh, I had this guilty feeling. And I'm like, no, Tammy, if it's guilt, there's something wrong. Like, this dog is not meant. So I called the next day and canceled. I said, sorry. I said, but I have to cancel on the dog because I changed my mind. Well, Then I saw her like a week later, and there was no doubt whatsoever. I had no guilty feelings, no nothing. I'm like, she is the one. So I brought her home, and she's been a really good dog. She's never torn up our shoes. She's never torn out our garbage. Only one time we left her, she got a hold of paper towels. And I have a video of that on YouTube of her. I said, "What did you do?" And she's looking so innocent at me. I didn't do nothing. And there's little pieces of paper towels around her. But that was it. The whole time we've been with her, she's been so good. And the guy told me she was part German Shepherd and part Gator Pit Bull. I did the wisdom test too. I said, no, she's got lab in her because I've had labs before. And the guy's like, oh no, she don't have labs. I said, I'll prove it. So I sent her DNA. You do it just like a person. You swab her mouth. And I have her DNA results, and it says Labrador Retriever in one corner, and the other corner is Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She is not a Gator Pit Bull. I said, whoever told you, because he had the full-blooded mom, I said, whoever told you she was a Gator Pit Bull lied. She's a Staffy. But the combo is great in the dogs because they're very loyal. Like in her wisdom test, it tells you, I have it somewhere. I just printed a copy off for her vet. But it tells you like things that goes wrong with them as they get older. Like on the Labrador side, the back legs, they get arthritis and they go out and they have a hard time going to the bathroom as they age. The Staffy is very loyal dog. They're very protective, but the mixture of the Labrador and, she comes off aggressive. Like if you would come in my yard, her hair would be all on the rise and but she wants your attention. She's not an attack dog. and she intimidates people because that's the Bull Terrier with her hair going up and stuff. But as soon as she sniffs your hand and stuff, all she wants to do is lick you to death. But she has that stance about her at first. And it's so funny because even the lady at the vet office, she bent over to do something. My husband said she bent over to do something and her face was right by Roni's mouth. And she looked at Roni and she says, you're lucky I trust you. She says, any other dog, I probably wouldn't do this. But they know that she's a good dog. It's just that when you hear Bull Terrier or Pit Bull, people feel threatened. And it's really sad, and it's not even about how dogs are raised, because I'm sure that there are abusive people, don't get me wrong. But like I've told people too, dogs can get mean with age, just like people. And I think that sometimes, I've had experiences with a couple dogs in my life that never attacked anybody. They weren't raised in a mean environment, and one day they just did. And I think it has a lot to do with aging. My grandkids, like I always say, I love Roni, but do I completely trust her? No. I'll never trust a dog completely because I've been bit by one before. But she's used to me and Mike, and we're kind of low key. And when my grandkids come here, they're like, woo, just to have a little bit of their energy. They're like running through the house and she's like, whoa. Looking on my dog's face and she starts panting because she gets anxiety wanting to play with them. But she's not used to that kind of activity. So what she does is like when they're here, like I keep an eye on her, to make sure she never attacks anybody, of course, which she hasn't, but I still watch because she's not used to that quickness. She'll go and leave the room. she'll play with the grandkids for so long and jump around with them and stuff. But then she goes off and hides in our bedroom. Like, okay, I've had enough of your grandkids. It's time to leave the room. So I do trust her in that respect. I think that when she's left with them long enough, she knows to leave the room because she can't handle their activity anymore. But she's really good with them. But when they first get here, she's so excited. She's like, oh, new company, new people, new smells. And a couple of my grandkids kind of shy away from her because they're littler. You know, she could reach up and grab Kylie's sandwiches if she's eating one. So Kylie kind of, they warm up to her once they're here. But she, you know, she's a medium-sized dog. She's not little and she's not too big. She's just right. But oh my gosh, but she's really good with them. But she loves the older boys. Like my two older grandsons comes here, she tries to get them to play with her toys and stuff, so it's cute. She's just not used to the activity. But as like I told my husband, you know, we're here with her. We keep an eye on her, so we watch. But I would have a hard time leaving her on vacation. I want to take her with me. And we have socialized her a little bit. They actually have a public pool here that they allow you to bring your pets and socialize your animals. And then we have some neighbors with some dogs. So we try to socialize her a little bit. She doesn't get enough, but at least I know she's not going to attack another dog. I think she's passive enough. I don't think she'll be the aggressor. I seen another dog try to chase her a little bit when I took her to my brother's once, and she just kept running from him. Like, leave me alone. I think it would take a lot for her to be aggressive, but if she was, God forbid, because I have literally seen her. Literally, we could not stop it. My husband took her outside one night, and there's a rat problem up here. And there was a rat that took off. Well, one didn't get away. Let's just say in 2 gulps, she had it gone. So I know she can be aggressive. But we couldn't stop it. And I told Michael we had to watch her for a couple of days. That is so gross. I was like, that's so disgusting. I'm glad I didn't have to watch this. My husband said it almost made him sick because he couldn't stop it. And I said, let's just pray that nobody up here poisoned that rat, because that's what you have to watch. You know, if other people have poisons out and your dog or cat eats it, you got to be careful because you don't know if they're going to get the poison. So we had to keep an eye on her for a few days. But I was like, Mike, why did you let her eat a rat? It's so disgusting. He says, Tammy, she had it gone in 2 gulps. There was nothing I could do to stop it. And it was huge. So, yeah. To say the least, that was gross. Yes, it was so gross. I'm glad I didn't witness it. It was enough hearing about it. But yeah, I think she would be a protector for sure. And I think a lot of it had to do with we have a pen for her that we spliced together for her to go in. When I was running the bookstore, we would put her out on really pretty days for a few hours at a time. And we would put her water out and her food out just in case. And we made that mistake. That's how we found out there was a rat problem up here, because her food being outside drew the rats. So we don't put her food out anymore. When we put her out in her pen, we monitor her time. Usually it's a cool, windy day, and she's got a tarp and everything and a dog box out there. But she only goes out for maybe like an hour or 2, long enough where she could be without water. But we don't put her in there any longer than that now because of the rat reason. But yeah, it was getting into her food outside and then hiding underneath her dog box, and she couldn't get to it. So yeah, she was pretty PO'd at him. That's why I think she ate it. But anyways, when we started bringing her food and not putting it outside anymore, you know, and her dish was in here, you know, that sucker found a way into my house. It got in here through my basement, squeezed under my door, and got to her dish. We had a heck of a time getting rid of them after they got in here. So we set a trap and got one. And then I put a blanket under the door, and we had to put wood underneath the door. And you could see where it's wet body. We still can't figure out how it got in the house. He thinks it had to be up through maybe one of the drains because it was wet and muddy, and we could see where its body slid under the door and could see the mud. So I stuck a blanket there one night, and I saw the blanket being tugged at. When I come out to the kitchen, I opened up the door and it flew down the steps. And these rats are huge. They're bigger than the cats I had. So after we set the traps and he put buckets over the drains and put bricks and stuff on them, they kind of like disappeared. And we just never seen them again. But we never did figure out how they got in. So then here the other night, I was sitting on the couch and our garage door is right here, the top garage. And then here's our living room. And I kept hearing a paper flutter. And we had the ceiling fan running. I'm like, well, it shouldn't sound that loud. Here there was a little, we don't know if it was a mouse or a rat, squeezed under the door, was jumping in her dog dish, stealing her food and running into the. So now we have a board in front of it because there's like so much of a gap. It's amazing how much they can squeeze. Like they squish their body together because they're boneless. And they can really get through small places. And I told Michael, I saw it. It was running in, jumping to her dish and grabbing food and running. I said, I didn't know if I should kill it or name it. But it looked like it was black and white, almost like a pet one. I don't know. But he put a trap out in the garage, so we're in the middle of catching this. But it's little. This one here is not real big. Looks like maybe the size of maybe like a mole. But I'm like sitting on my couch just watching this thing. Make 3 trips in, grab some food, run back out to the garage back. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So he put a board up in the trap out, put her food on it. And now it's chewing, trying to get in. They can't get in right now. But I'm like, holy crap. And they do have the styrofoam, runners. They have like these styrofoam runners that you can put underneath your doors to block air and stuff. Because there is some gaps under these doors here that we need to get fixed. I had pet mice before though. So I'm not really scared of mice. I'm not particularly fond of rats though. I don't like rats or possums or anything with real long, ugly tails. But I don't know. Mice and that don't really bother me. I don't want them in my house, though. I want them caught and gone when they're wild. But if it was a pet, I'd be picking it up, playing with it. I like my pets. So this is how this turned out. This is really cute. I like how this turned out. This turned out to be a cute page. So I'll let this dry overnight. Like I said, this has been a fun book. But I still love my first 2 pages. I think these 2 pages are cute. I cut those out of magazines. But they're all different. This is my first mixed media book. Tammy's first mixed media. I can't wait till this book's done and I have it. And I still haven't finished my first glue book. I got to work in that some too. My first glue book. I'll put this aside. Let that dry overnight. Is this, I got to work in it. See, this is where I used one of those trimmers and it tore the page. One of the edge pieces. But I did this and I did these, what they call little note cards that you get. And I did letters A through Z. So I have these posted. There's letter B, C, all out of magazines and stuff that I had laying around. I did a glue book and some napkins. I had fun with this one. And I put little charms. Did certain holidays. Adult coloring book. There's D. I got to make sure I got those done because I can't remember if I did. This came off of Arlene's Happy Mail. And I tried to put the year that the pages were done. There's F. This was a lot of fun. Something different besides journaling. H. I. J. K. I don't know if I did all these or not. Where's L? J. K. I didn't do L yet. M. I have them started, but I didn't finish. N O P Q R S T and U is not done. There's V for vacation. W, X, and Y is not done either. I'm gonna have to figure out where I put them, and then there's Z for zebra. But I took them and I wanted to do the alphabet. There's ocean, and this one here is pirate. And it was just random pictures and words that I found in magazines and junk mail to add to it. I was going to make up journaling cards, but I figured, nah, I'll just add it into my glue book. And this was paper I got from the Dollar Tree. This was wrapping paper. And then I put 3 signatures in. So that's my glue book that's not finished. I got to do some more work. Oh, I used these. They had the ombre note cards. I either did the front or the back, depending on if I needed color. I got those at the Dollar Tree. But that's fun too. And then I made these. I sold some of these at my last sale. These are time consuming. But I made like bags of these and sold them for like $3. You get 100. I need to have another sale again though, because I still got a lot of stuff left. But it was fun. I like doing sales on here. And the money I'm doing, for people that don't know, it's going to go into an air conditioner, because we're going to buy a Hisense air conditioner for the kitchen, since our window one is leaking. And our thing went down 2 years ago. We don't have thousands of dollars to replace the whole central air unit. So it's going to go into air conditioning. So every time I have a sale with stuff, I use it for something we need around the house. So that's what I've been doing. One time I had a sale on here and I was able to buy a new printer. That was nice. Yeah, they're always running out of the graveyard up here too. They have rats that run across the road. It's awful. But thank you. I think this turned out pretty good tonight. I love butterflies and botanicals. So this was fun. Fun stuff. I enjoy it. This book's turning out really cute. I am pleased with it. I just got to make sure it's dry so my pages don't stick together. But anyways, thanks for coming in, everybody. You guys were fun company tonight. I've enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. And yes, I know that stuff is expensive. See, ours runs all year long with the air conditioner and stuff. So I'm kind of glad that it doesn't run anymore, so we could just use it for heat. But the Hisense is not bad. The only thing that scares me is what I talked about last time we were live. If they do away with all the fossil fuels, what are we left with? Propane will be gone, kerosene, gas. All these people that put all this money into Generac with gas, that's terrible. And then gasoline, like there's not going to be nothing left. And then I got to thinking, okay, so then electric won't have no competition. And not only that, what the hell are people supposed to use? I know. It's like, I don't know what people are supposed to use if this happens. Me and my husband, what we do when we have a power outage during the winter, we put a kerosene heater down here and one upstairs and close one room off. And we stay in it. but we can also heat up canned soups on it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a way to be able to eat and stuff. And I'm not so sure about all these solar panels. Because what happens if you don't have rays of sun? How are these solar panels going to work? There is cute ideas out there with solar. Like if you have solar lights that light up your walkway, you can bring them in instead of candles. I'm sorry, I'm still going to burn candles though. That's why I have a hard time buying Scentsy, because it's non-burnable. I always have to have burnable candles here. But I mean, I don't know what people are supposed to do when they have freezers and stuff. It's scary. It's really scary. I feel like we're going backwards instead of forwards. We're going back to the pioneer days. And I see a lot of people going into homesteading. I know. That was so sad. That was awful. I remember a video of a woman with her bird, and she had that bird all covered with blankets, the cage and everything. And she says, I don't want my bird to freeze to death. That would be so sad. I don't know. I think that everybody should have some kind of camping gear to prevent that. You know, you should have a way to have a camping gear and not rely on one thing. I can't believe that our country goes forward into one thing all the time just because technology's here. Like, for instance, I was in Subway one time and there were people wanting receipts for business lunches, and the computer was down and wouldn't print. And I'm like, right across the street, I told the girl, it's a Dollar General. You can go pick up guest checks and you can write them out by hand. But they ended up putting them on napkins by hand for people to have receipts, because I said, you should always have a plan B. Why is it that this country doesn't anymore? There should always be a plan B, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't know. You know, you can't rely on one thing. You just can't. I mean, there's a bomb out there that if you throw it in the air, it can disable everything that's electronic. It does exist. There was a guy on here. I don't know why I can't find his channel, but he used to be something prepping, and he would talk about this stuff. He was like, do you have a bicycle in your garage? Do you have anything that doesn't run on a chip like these new cars? He said you should always have a backup. And the smartest thing I seen one person do that I thought was such a genius move was when the hurricane came in. This guy was in Florida. He had a bad back and he couldn't get to the store. He said there was no way I could walk because of the storm and stuff. And he said, and my back is in bad shape because I don't know what people do. So you know what he did? He literally had one of those solar panel backups and a golf cart. He took and powered up his golf cart. It just came to him. That's how he got to the store to get some groceries. I said, you know, that is so genius. That is so smart. But who all has golf carts? You know what I mean? Because they do have the Patriot one that'll like juice up your phone and stuff. But a golf cart's actually a good idea. It's small. It's kind of like one, you know, the battery operated things that your kids have, like the quads and things. But it was a golf cart. I said, I love that idea. I told my husband that would be so cool to get a golf cart and think to do something like that. But that saved this man's life. He says, I was able to get food because I was able to drive that cart. And I thought, yeah, I read that on a forum somewhere and I was looking for stuff. And I was like, that is so genius. That guy was really smart. Yeah. Because we talk about that all the time here. There was a lot of people riding quads when, you know, stuff was getting low, but what are you going to do without gas? And There's a member of my family that works for house inspections. As of 2025, there's no longer going to be houses built with gas lines. And the people that have gases, I have gas. I have a gas furnace and water heater. They're supposed to remove them out of your home, and you got to upgrade. I can't even imagine paying all electric, because I know what an all electric bill can run for some people. Now, both of my kids have fireplaces in their houses where they can heat through the fireplace if they have to, and it'll pretty much, I know one, it heats up her whole place, but I'm not sure about my other daughter, if it heats up her whole house or just a couple rooms. But I mean, if you've got it narrowed down, you can. That's what me and my husband did. We have blow up mattresses for emergency purposes. But what are you supposed to do if you don't have stuff like that? We don't have a fireplace in our house. All we use is kerosene heaters. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the future is going to hold. But I know one thing. I feel bad for my grandkids, and I pray for them every day. This country is going to shit. The world is, period. And I feel sorry for the future generations. It's almost like it's a fire. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I don't see how they can make the changes this fast. And the sad part is whoever gets in the office, they're only there for 4 years. There's only so much you can do in 4 years. And then somebody else takes over. You know what I'm saying? I know, it's scary. My dad has a Generac. I know exactly what you're saying. Those Generacs are not cheap. And he's got one that runs on natural gas. And if they do away with all that, there is going to be a lot of pissed off people, because there's a lot of people that rely on that for generators and stuff. We don't have a generator. We just make do with the kerosene heaters, and we've been lucky. We had in our last house, we had one time we had to conserve energy because something about, there was ice on the power lines and it was draining the power lines. So we closed off one room. We put mattresses on the floor, and me and Mike and the kids slept on the floor, and we had a kerosene heater that kept the room warm. Like I said, we could cook on it too. But it's not that we didn't have power. We just had to be conservative of power. And then a couple times we've been without power maybe for like so many hours. We've never had a power outage for like a day or anything, thank God, where we've lost anything in the freezer and stuff. But I always told him it'd be nice to have a generator in case. I'm always worried about the food. And but we've never had a generator the whole time we've been married ever. We just left the refrigerators closed, go with the kerosene heaters and heat up SpaghettiOs or whatever. We always have like non-perishable type of foods that can just be heated up. And that's how we've lived. Just praying that we never have power outages for long periods of time. But with all this on electric, they're saying the East Coast is going to be hit the hardest on the grid, because all the electric cars and stuff are starting out in California and coming our way, that we're the ones going to be hit the most without power. And that scares me, because we don't have another backup. So I told my husband it'd be nice to put in a wood burner. I would like to have a wood burner put in the house somewhere where we can at least have a way to cook and heat. Even if we have to live in one room, so be it. But I just don't know where the world's going, and it's scary. But I always like having a plan B, and I don't like it that they're taking our plan Bs away from us. Because like I said, even if it goes down to electric and wood, could you imagine how bare the world's going to be without trees? You can't have that. You can't grow trees fast enough. And it's going to be horrible. But then I watched a Canadian. I posted in my last live. There was a Canadian in my last live that showed you how to make homemade logs, and it was very interesting. I told my husband that would be so cool if every state that recycled paper could make logs, because he took and put all his junk mail in a bucket of water and turned it to pulp. Then he got sawmill, went to a wood sawmill and picked up wood, just saw stuff that was laying around, wood chips, whatever, stuck it in and mixed it with the paper and blended it together. He took a drill and put a blender, which I don't think you'd have to go that far, but you'd have to find a way to compress it. You can turn those into burning logs. Your junk mail and sawdust. And it makes logs. It was the coolest video ever. I was like, I would have never even thought to do that. But he did it. But it takes like 3 weeks for it to dry. So he had to get a start on it. But that's what he did. He had 5-gallon buckets and he made his own wood to make it through the Canadian winters. And I thought that is so cool. Now, I don't know how long the logs burn, but it's not as short as paper, because the sawdust being mixed in with, the wood pieces being mixed in, it takes a little longer to burn. But I thought that was genius. You see if I can find that video real quick, because it was good. This guy does it a little different, but look. See, it's the pulp. And he did a drill. Was like, this is cool. This isn't the same one I watched. I can't find him, but this is a tiny house listing one. I'll stick it in chat. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, with as much junk mail as we got, can you imagine how many logs we could have made through the year? I was like, that's crazy. But there's one of the videos I'll share. I can't find the other guy I watched, but he showed in detail how he did it too, and it was cool. He was popping them right into his wood burner. Making briquettes out of my waste sawdust and shavings. How to make paper fire logs. There's a whole bunch of videos on here. I've never heard of this. It's like I said, if you want to know how to do it, go to YouTube. But yeah, I was really impressed with what they were doing with junk mail, because Lord knows I get enough junk mail I could probably heat the whole freaking neighborhood. My husband teases me all the time because of my used bookstore. He says, well, at least we have paper. I said, you be quiet. You're not burning all my books. You can burn some of them, but you ain't burning all of them. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But anyways, I'm going to go pick on him. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's funny, Glenn Beck. I like watching Glenn Beck's channel. He said, if anybody could make it, he said, even through the Ice Age, it has to be the Amish. He says, I swear those people could make it through anything. And a lot of the homesteaders, that's who they learn from, is the Amish. So yeah, I think they probably could, because they know what they're doing. It'd be nice to know an Amish family that you could learn how to live off the grid from. That'd be awesome. But I'm going to go pick on my hubby. But thanks for coming in. It was nice having a chit chat with you. I've enjoyed it. And thank you too, Tiff. Thanks for posting if you're still here. And thank you so much for coming in because you're an awesome mod. But I got to go pick on the hubs. You too. He's going to go to bed here pretty soon. So I got to go pick on him before he goes to sleep. He wouldn't feel normal if I didn't. But thanks, everybody. I appreciate you, Tiff. You're amazing. Thank you for posting those links for me because that was awesome. But you all have a great evening. And I'll see you soon.